On Monday, the commander of US Africom stated that discussions are ongoing between the United States and Niger regarding the withdrawal of 1,000 American military personnel. Decisions regarding this matter will be made public in the coming weeks. Why is the commander of US Africom, General Michael Langley, in Ivory Coast? Are they trying to relocate the American troops from Niger to Ivory Coast? Let's find out. Remember to subscribe to our channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share it with others to help us reach a wider audience. Now let's get back to the video. The United States is currently in discussions with Niger regarding the withdrawal of 1,000 American military personnel. General Michael Langley, the commander of US Africom, mentioned that these discussions are ongoing between the US and Niger's government. He stated that decisions regarding this matter will be made public in the coming weeks during a press conference held in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Niger's military junta, which took control last July, announced in March its decision to terminate a military cooperation agreement with the U.S. In response, the U.S. agreed to withdraw its troops and sent a delegation to Niamey to organize the departure smoothly. Talks between the two parties commenced a week ago, as reported by the Pentagon. Niger plays a crucial role in the U.S. and French efforts to counter jihadist groups in West Africa and hosts a $100 million American drone base. The country faces threats from Boko Haram jihadists and Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, in the southeastern region of Diffa near Nigeria. General Langley emphasized the persistent threat on Niger's northern borders during a meeting with Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara. Additionally, he discussed enhancing the partnership between Côte d'Ivoire and the United States, particularly through Africom, focusing on bolstering security and civil society initiatives. Following the overthrow of Niger's elected President Mohamed Bazoum, the junta expelled French soldiers by the end of 2023. Recently, Russian military instructors arrived in Niger, accompanied by an air defense system and other equipment, following talks between General Abdurrahman Tiani, the military ruler, and Russian President Vladimir Putin, as reported by state media. It's important to consider the implications of the United States potentially seeking a new host country for its troops in Africa, particularly in light of ongoing discussions surrounding the withdrawal of troops from Niger. The possibility of Ivory Coast emerging as a potential host raises various considerations, especially given the existing French military presence in the country and its historical ties to the region. The strategic significance of Ivory Coast cannot be understated. With its stable political environment and geographic location, it presents an attractive option for hosting U.S. military assets in the region. Moreover, the country's alliance with France could serve as a facilitator for closer military cooperation between the U.S. and France, bolstering regional security efforts. It's essential to approach such developments with caution. While aligning with a French ally may offer certain advantages, it also raises questions about the extent of U.S. influence and the potential for complicating diplomatic relations in the region. Additionally, establishing a U.S. military base in Ivory Coast could provoke concerns about sovereignty and local autonomy, especially in the context of historical colonial legacies. The presence of multiple foreign military bases within Ivory Coast could lead to increased tensions and competition for influence, potentially exacerbating existing regional complexities. It's crucial for all parties involved to prioritize transparency, respect for sovereignty, and mutual cooperation to ensure that any military presence serves the interests of regional stability and security. The decision to potentially establish a U.S. military base in Ivory Coast underscores the evolving dynamics of security partnerships in Africa. While it may offer strategic advantages, careful consideration and collaboration with regional partners are essential to navigate potential challenges and ensure a constructive approach towards addressing security threats in the region. The United States is actively pursuing a strategy to maintain its military presence on the continent, driven by the imperative to counter the growing influence of rival powers, particularly Russia and China. This concerted effort underscores the strategic importance of Africa in global affairs and the multifaceted approach adopted by the U.S. to safeguard its interests in the region. A key driver behind the U.S.'s military presence in Africa is the perceived competition with Russia and China. Both countries have significantly expanded their economic, diplomatic, and military engagements across the continent in recent years, challenging U.S. influence. To counter this trend, the U.S. has intensified its efforts to strengthen ties with African partners, enhance military cooperation, and establish basing agreements. By doing so, the U.S. seeks to assert its presence, counterbalance the influence of rival powers, and advance its strategic objectives in Africa. At the heart of the U.S. strategy lies a recognition of Africa's geostrategic significance. With its vast natural resources, burgeoning economies, and crucial maritime routes, Africa holds immense value for global powers seeking to secure access to vital resources and expand their influence. For the U.S., maintaining a military presence in Africa is not only about addressing security challenges but also about asserting its presence in a strategically important region. The ongoing discussions between the United States and Niger regarding the withdrawal of American military personnel underscore the intricate web of geopolitical considerations shaping security dynamics in West Africa. As General Michael Langley, the commander of US Africom, navigates these negotiations, attention turns to the potential relocation of US troops, with Ivory Coast emerging as a possible host nation. The decision to potentially establish a U.S. military presence in Ivory Coast reflects broader efforts by the United States to counter the growing influence of rival powers, such as China and Russia, in Africa. However, it also necessitates careful deliberation to ensure that any military presence serves the interests of regional stability, respects sovereignty, and promotes constructive cooperation among all stakeholders. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the complexities surrounding U.S. military presence in Africa. Stay tuned for further updates and analysis on this evolving story. We value your input. What are your thoughts on the potential relocation of U.S. troops from Niger to Ivory Coast? How can African nations balance the benefits of hosting foreign military forces with concerns about sovereignty and autonomy? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others. Thank you for watching.